Good evening, I'm Cole Hartman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. As Nebraska football moves through day 2 of fall camp today, Associate Head Coach and Defensive Coordinator Tony White spoke with the media after practice. Coach White was asked generally what's on your mind as you progress through fall camp. Listen in.
Everything's on my mind. I mean, to how we do meetings, to how we're arranging walkthroughs. Again, when you're getting so many reps, you're dealing with so many guys. So you got to be able to know how to watch the film so everybody can see, because you want everybody in tune. You know what I mean? Our base D&D, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? How are we trying to simplify things like that? So again, right now it's more operation. You know, are we doing things the right way? And then as we get deeper into camp and we get more into a rhythm, then we're going to go more specifically, okay, he's here on third down, he's here on third down. But right now it's just, let's operate the right way. Let's get him to know how to run to the ball, play with dominant contact, play with Husker speed, and get him going.
Coming up on Sports Nightly, we'll go in-depth on the Husker defense, including more from Tony White and from edge player Blaze Gunnerson. Nebraska basketball continues to perform in Europe, as after the men's team claimed an OT victory in their Spain debut yesterday, Amy Williams and the women's team rolled to a 101-49 victory over the Athens All-Stars in Greece earlier today. Annika Stewart led the NU offense with 22 points on 7 from 13 from the field, including 3 triples. The two-time All-Big Ten center Alexis Markowski added a double-double with 18 points and 13 boards, and the graduate transfer Darian White tallied 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in her first action as a Husker. They will be back in action on Thursday, August 3rd against the Patras All-Stars at 11 a.m. Central. And early this morning, at about 4 a.m., the U.S. women's national soccer team narrowly escaped the group stage of the Women's World Cup as they tied Portugal in a scoreless match. They moved to the knockout stage, where they will face a talented Sweden roster on Sunday, August 6th at 4 a.m. Central. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Coming up next is a full 2 hours of Sports Nightly right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
The trips to the near side, rolls the pocket right, being hit as he throws down the field. The pass is up for in the air. Marquise Buford makes the pick. There's the first INT of the year for the Husker. Marquise Buford pulls it out of the air at the Nebraska 24-yard line. 2nd and 6, DeVito goes shotgun. Motions the tight end, so you have 3 eligible to the near side. A little screen to the near side. Huskers blow it up. Oh, what a play made by Quentin Newsom. Read that beautifully, made the tackle. It's a loss on the play of 4 yards. Snap back. They give it off to Anthony Grant. Picks his way to the left. Inside the 10, inside the 40, 35, 30. Breaks the tackle. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Here we are, a Tuesday night. Greg and Jessica with you tonight. I hope you had a great day today. I'm getting ready to head out on a little trip later in the week, and so I'm trying to time mowing my yard so that it's, fine when I get home. And so, I popped home this afternoon for a little bit. I thought it was going to be smart. Cloud cover. Man, it was humid. I was like drenched when I was done.
It is so humid.
You said
it's
you took
so sticky.
Sonny for a walk.
Oh, yeah. I was, we're still leash training. Potty training is going better than leash training.
Good.
She does not
I would take
love
that,
the
though.
leash.
Yeah, I would take that trade.
Yeah, but I went on, and she's so little, she can't go on very long, so we just go on short walks, and I went outside, I came back, looked myself in the mirror, it looked like I stuck my finger in a light socket. It was so humid. That's what my hair does when the weather is like this.
So if you're out there tonight and you're doing some yard work listening to us, you're gonna get drenched, because it sneaks up on you. My first 5 minutes it was good, and then all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow, my shirt's sticking to me.
I did feel like it wasn't as humid this morning though at practice. I felt like it got humid throughout the day, but maybe that's because I wasn't moving around. I was just standing there.
Well, I thought it was when we were doing post-practice stuff in the concourse. It was really sticky in the concourse today too as well. Day 2 in the books for the Huskers. They're not in pads yet. That's coming. That'll be tomorrow. No media availability tomorrow. The next time we'll hear from some coaches and players is after Thursday's practice. That will change things. I get it. I understand why the NCAA rules are what they are. That you ease people into it, but the guys are they're ready to start popping the pads a little bit.
Yeah, they are, and it just you've gone against each other all spring, and then you've done 7-on-7. You've worked out together, and it's just that's why guys like to play football, right? I saw a quote from somebody that, gosh, it was somebody in the NFL. I think played for the Cowboys. It came across my timeline that says, "I don't like football. I like to hit." But a lot of these guys, they like the physicality of it. They don't like just the running around the drills and all of that. They want to be able to get physical. And so it's Shells tomorrow?
Shells tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're getting really close to the real physicality of the camp. You and I were out there for a bit today. Love the energy. It's fun to watch Coach Rural kind of bounce around from huddle to huddle, from field to field. And by the way, he's right. The grass fields look fantastic.
They really
look good.
Yeah, they do. And again, just so much easier on the body. I can't wait to talk to Searles about that. He's going to, when you're out over the next week, he's going to fill in a little bit. And
good.
Going to make a call in from the bullpen and call in.
Now,
Searles.
you make sure he's good to me. Make sure he doesn't take cheap shots at me while I'm gone.
I can't promise. You guys do it inadvertently through me.
I'm always very
You basically
nice
make Damon and I fight like a older brother that you stir it up.
I've heard
but
this
you
rumor.
and Searles just go, you put me in the middle and just go at each other through me.
I've heard this rumor time and time again. But no, that's good. People will love having him in here for a few nights.
Yeah. So it's about time, He's he goes MIA a little bit and then he's full speed ahead once it comes football season. But no, I'm excited to ask him about that too, because I know as Coach Raiola, when you asked him about it, he was giddy about that and how much better it is for the body. So we'll see how they can maintain it with so many people running. But there are 2 grass fields.
There are.
So that's helpful.
But yeah, it'll take a beating. And you just kind of wonder if you practice some in the rain out there, you almost feel like they got to move to a turf field if it rains, because you can't tear that up because you're on it now till hopefully late December.
It's not like you just throw in a patch and it's good to go.
Right.
You have to kind of baby it a little bit, but it's in great condition. And
remember how particular they were in Dublin?
Oh,
on the stadium field?
It was like they had security that were alerted, like when you stepped on the field, like get off the grass.
Oh yeah.
But I'm telling you, that's how OU was with their grass field. Yep. They would paint it. You couldn't get on it for Thursday, Friday. They had it roped off where you couldn't even step foot on it.
I thought they were going to put shock collars on us.
But Dublin's was a little bit longer grass.
It was.
And OU's keeps theirs real short. Iowa State has longer grass, and then Notre Dame has longer grass. So I don't know if that helps. Does that longer grass help?
It probably does. It develops the root system deeper to be able to do that. But the further south you get, it's harder to keep your grass longer. The northern climates, you can grow longer grass like that. But yeah, they were particular. You stepped out there, they were coming up there and grabbing you.
It was literally like a siren went off.
Yeah.
And
stay off the pitch.
Yeah. And it was even like that when we went the first time around to do the preview. And boy, they were getting after me. I stepped a little too closely, and me and Lil Red were getting a little too close to the pitch. But that's what it is. They want to baby it, and so. But that's not how it is with this grass.
I'm kind of excited to watch. I think is it Notre Dame and Navy?
Yeah. Is it this year?
Week 0. Yeah, there's a game week 0. I think it's. Look that up for me, would you, Cole? I think it's Notre Dame Navy. I know Notre Dame is there. They've sold it out. And then next year it's Florida State and Boston College, I think, next year. But, so I'm kind of – it'll bring back memories. Not all of them good memories because the game didn't go the way we wanted to. But was it Navy? Notre Dame Navy. So that's week 0. That's what, 3 weeks away from Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah. It'll bring back some fun memories to see the stadium.
So did
again.
Notre Dame get an extra week of practice?
They started last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some extra days in.
How about that? So, today we're going to hear from Tony White coming up here in a few minutes, the defensive coordinator. Also, Terrence Knighton met with the media today. Blaze Gunnerson, you got a chance to catch up with Blaze. We're trying to figure out what year he is because it's either the media guy or the app says he's a redshirt freshman. That cannot be true. He's been there like 3 years already.
I would trust – Cole, you got a media guide over there? Could you look that up, Blaze Gunnerson? Because the website, which the website is still obviously a work in progress.
Yeah.
That they have him as a redshirt freshman.
No way.
But
No way.
he played. He was here during COVID, then he redshirt, and then he played last year. So to me, he'd probably be a redshirt sophomore.
That could be, yeah.
But he might even be listed as a redshirt junior because now that's what they kind of do, and then give you the option to come back. But
He looks good. He looks healthy too.
yeah, and I've just heard so many great things about his offseason and his approach to things. And, especially with Ty Robinson being out, he stepped into a leadership role. He's approaching things the right way. But, hey, we talked about this a little bit, but the star of the practice today was a punter. It was Brian Buschini.
He looked great.
He looked awesome.
Yeah, he was booming kicks, and he was mixing it up between high kicks for great hang time, compared to just letting her loose. He looked really good, and his body looks different.
He's trimmed down. I did a lengthy sit down with him back in the spring, and he talked about that he really wanted to address that, and so he feels a lot better. But he was hurt basically the entire season. That's what you got to keep in mind. And he still had a pretty solid season, right? Especially towards the end of the season. But he's got to be, this is brought up today, out of all the position groups, right? When you talk about who are the best at their position in the country, Brian Buschini's in that conversation, right?
He is. He'll be up for the Ray Guy Award, which goes to the best punter in the country. I don't know if he'll win it, but he'll be up for it.
Such a weapon, though, when you can, if you're not scoring or you need to flip the field and you can rely on somebody like that to put you in a great position, your defense in a great position. I mean, it is just invaluable. So
Ed Foley says he's a pro.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people feel that way too. So
Yeah.
It says a sophomore on the media guide.
Blaze.
So that's what I would trust.
I think he's a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah.
And I've been excited about him. We all love Garrett Nelson and Caleb Tanner, and those guys kind of held down that rush end, defensive end spot. But I have been pining for Jamari Butler and Blaze Gunnerson. I just think both those guys have star written all over them, and I think I'm anxious to hear your sit down with Blaze.
He's great. That was my first time to get to chat with him, and I chatted with MJ Sherman today as well. So the first time I interviewed both those guys, but Blaze is great, and I think he's stepping into a leadership role, but I think he's got some abilities, him and Jamari, as you mentioned, that in this defense really fits. The playing free, the athleticism, and I think he's a good fit for this defense.
I hadn't thought about Garrett Nelson for a while. I need to do a check-in and see how he's doing in camp right now. So
I was looking up. So you heard Cam Jurgens is starting at right guard.
They moved into guard.
Yeah.
And he's bulked up. He's over 300 pounds now.
Yeah. Well, he looked big when he was here in the spring.
He did.
But he eventually will move to center, but at least for now, he's holding on to that. I've been checking it every day. He's holding on to that starting spot at right guard. Samori Toure had a great start to camp. He's just,
we loved him when he was here.
We're not shocked at all,
No.
but it's. I know a lot of people
And
are.
I think Trey Palmer's gotten off to a good start with the Bucks.
I saw that he didn't. I don't know.
Really?
I just saw an
They
article.
liked him in OTAs a couple weeks ago, but maybe his first days in camp haven't been great.
I'll have to look that up too. But yeah, I need to do a fact check. I was just looking up Cam and Samori, and I was trying to. JoJo, I haven't heard about JoJo either. So
they loved him in Indy.
Yeah.
I mean, he got up to had a really good first year last year. All right, also tonight, we're going to hear from John Cook. It was Volleyball Media Days in Chicago for the Big Ten. I watched the BTN coverage this afternoon, and Rick Pizzo did one-on-one interviews with all the coaches that were there and then all the players that were there. And so the Huskers were represented by Lexi Rodriguez and Merritt Beeson. So he had those two on the desk for a while. Just one quick story. Rick asked Merritt, he goes, I know you haven't been there very long, but can you get a sense of how much the fans love your program in Lincoln? And she said, when I was here on my visit, she goes, we go out to dinner, and some lady comes up to Lexi and starts crying because she's getting a chance to meet Lexi. And, of course, Lexi is just mortified that this story is being told, but Merritt's like, I saw that. I knew there's a lot of love in that community for Husker volleyball.
Well, yeah, and they both great representatives. But I love what Merritt said too about asking about being a team captain. This is in the press conference, and she said there's no seniors on this team, mind you, but that any of the freshmen, the sophomores or juniors, any of them could have been named a team captain, just because it's kind of been an all hands on deck, all kind of effort. Everybody's bought in, and they're all on the same message, which I also love too. I can't find the tweet, but it's something about Coach Cook told them about being young, The volleyball doesn't know you're young. And what was the other one?
We've got that clip coming up in hour number 2.
All right.
But how about that? First of all, one, impressive as all get out that she's a captain. She's been here 6 months or whatever. So that speaks so highly of her. And I know you really enjoyed your sit down with her a couple months ago. But to not have a senior, how's that possible to not have a senior on this roster?
Yeah, especially at a program like this where you kind of, you reload. You'd expect to have a class every year, but it's wild. So we'll hear some clips from Coach Cook from Media Days in Chicago in hour number 2 as well. But you and I have talked about this too about, I was saying I was a little bit concerned about how big and how much of an impact that this junior class has made, right? That it doesn't always, for any given team, if you have a class like that go out, it can sometimes set you back for a year, but then you look at the freshmen now, and you had mentioned that it was almost strategic. Then you load it with another freshman class that will be able to pick up the slack when those players leave. Well, because then they'll be juniors when those. And
COVID got it all kind of messed up. Because like Lexi's son should have been out of the way a year earlier. Lauren Stivrins, glad that you get him back, but those kind of stymied the pipeline a little bit because they took rotations away from people.
Well, then some of the players that had the option didn't take that option last year, like Maddie Kubik, Kinsey Knuckles. So,
and then you've had some transfers out of the program, and you've had a retirement in Whitney Lonstein. So, but we'll hear from Coach Cook. They don't start practice for another week. Soccer began today. I saw them running by in the Hawks. So they had their first workout today. They have an exhibition match a week from today. They'll play South Dakota State out at Hibner Stadium. So it doesn't count. It's just an exhibition match. I think it's great that they give them a couple of tune-ups before they start their year. But volleyball starts a week from today. Rumor has it, while I'm gone, JB's going to make an appearance in here, huh?
I mean, I'm calling in, going deep in the roster here. Not deep.
I'm retiring.
I'm gonna have these guys fill in. So I got JB going to fill in a day next week, and then Searles will be in as well. So
fantastic.
I'm excited.
Fantastic. And you got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Practice is up and going. All right, 402-413-2400. That's the number to be a part of the program. That is our Sports Nightly hotline, which is brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned that you can always find what you are looking for at Woodhouse. Back with some clips, a practice report with Tony White next.
Get ready again for some Nebraska farm facts. When there's work to be done, Nebraska soybeans are on the job in many of your everyday products. In fact, Nebraska soybeans are hard at work in Goodyear tires, Ford cars and trucks, Skechers shoes, asphalt, fuels, lubricants, name brand paints and stains, and more. Soybeans are an innovative replacement for petroleum, leading to more sustainable products all over the world. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
T&L Irrigation Company knows their way around a field and across it, into the corners, and even through storms. T&L engineers are constantly working on solutions producers need, like the new gooseneck cradle corner system attachment. It greatly improves corner span stability to tackle steep terrain and stand up to high winds. If you're looking to upgrade your corner system or add on new, call your T&L Irrigation dealer today or visit TLIRR.com to learn more. T&L, like no other.
Spot less. Introducing the cleanup for tar spot, gray leaf spot, southern rust, and more. Novel next generation Adastrio fungicide broadens your spectrum and strengthens your residual when it comes to foliar disease control in corn. Visit your FMC retailer or adastrio.ag.fmc.com to clean up this season. Follow 2EE for tar spot management in corn. Valid until 1/31/28. Always read and follow all label directions. At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day-by-day donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
Did you know that Lincoln's water is 4 times more hard than what is recommended? This will shorten the life of your water heater, harm pipes through mineral buildup, and is bad for your hair, skin, and clothes. What's the solution? A water softener. Go online to jhlincoln.com to learn more about water softeners and our flexible financing offers, or call
John Henry's
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend. Bubbler antioxidant sparkling water. With tons of flavors, there's one for every occasion. Interviewing for your dream job, hitting the beach, or going on an epic road trip? Pop the top on your favorite bubbler flavor and awesome antioxidants swoop in to balance your body and focus your mind. Right before a boost of natural caffeine shows up to save your day. There's a benefit in every bubble and a happier you just waiting to rise up. Find out more at Drink Bubbler on Instagram.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with the Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
Visit Woodhouse Mazda during the Season of Discovery sales event and explore the entire lineup of award-winning Mazda sedans and CUVs, like the Swift and Sporty Mazda CX-30. Get a $500 rebate on a Carbon Edition Mazda CX-30, or take advantage of 2.9% APR for 36 months or 4.9% for 60 months. This is Woodhouse Mazda. When financed with Mazda Financial with approved credit, tax, title, license extra, $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 7/31/2023. See dealer for details.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with JTech Solar. JTech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. JTech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you on a Tuesday night, day 2 of practice, and we have yet again another practice report.
The 1890 Initiative presents the Nebraska Football Practice Report.
We're talking about practice.
Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com.
And defensive coordinator Tony White, who was kind of sweaty himself at the practice report. Those of you watching on our YouTube stream are going to see that here in just a couple minutes. I am a big Tony White fan. I really like him. I think he's a tremendous gentleman. So let's get into what he had to say today. He talked about all the activity at practices, and they're kind of running 2 different practices, 90 minutes with more of the veteran group and then 90 minutes with some more of the younger guys. Here's him kind of laying out what the daily practice looks like.
No, I think it's everything is daily competition, daily rotations. I mean, we got some guys moving from red to black and black to red with the A team, with the B team, so we're constantly moving guys around. We want to reward guys who do it the right way and do it well, and we want to make sure that we send a message to guys that if you're not going to do it the way it's supposed to be done, you're not going to play. So
Yeah, he's. I was watching him work out with some of the linebackers after the practice. I mean, he's a lot like what we see from Coach Roll and the rest of the staff. I mean, they're going to be hard on you. They're going to stay after you. You're going to do things right, but he's just so kind and genuine when you talk to him off the field, and that'd be the kind of coach that I want to play for. That once you step off the field, it's pretty much a completely different person.
And not afraid to move a guy. They may think, okay, this guy had a really good practice yesterday. Let's give him some more looks. And then if he doesn't, they're going to go, oh, back in line. Let's bring somebody else up and let them have a look at this.
And I think he has a good vision of kind of seeing, okay, well, maybe we could try this guy here and then tweak a different look here and throw some different looks at people, but figuring out where guys fit. But that versatility is such a big thing. And I think he's having some fun with some of these guys that can do a lot of different things.
Jessica, last Tuesday night we had Terrence Knight, and we did our position preview of the defensive line. And I think he caught some people off guard when he talked about Ruquan Buckley and saying he goes, I love that guy. He's a leader in our room. He's lost some weight. Ruquan did talk to the media today. So Tony White got asked about tell us about Ruquan Buckley. What's he been doing right?
Yeah, you know what? That's I'm glad you brought that name up. I think that is truly what represents the process and what Coach Rules has brought here. You know, you talk about a guy like Buck. You know, we identified, hey, he needs to be closer to this weight. That's Corey. That's the Kristen in the nutrition. That's Mitch over at the sports science. That's everybody included. Constantly giving him the resources he needed in order to get himself in the best shape he's been in. He's flying around. He's happy. He's being a leader out there. I'm really, really excited for what he's been able to do, and that's representative of what's here now.
Didn't Coach Dighton say something along the lines of if there's one guy that he wants to go to battle with or enjoys coaching the most, it's Ruquan?
And that's not a name we've heard a lot in the past 6 months. So there you've got his position coach and then Tony White kind of backing up those comments. So that's exciting to hear.
And again, this defense needs him. They need that depth on the defensive line on that front. And so that's excellent to hear that he's going to provide that.
And it goes back to some of your nutrition podcasts. Some guys need to gain weight. Some guys need to slim. And I think they got Ruquan down a little bit, and it's helped him. It's increased his speed, his footwork's better, all those things.
Yeah, and it's a team effort, and that's what's so kind of wild about all of this is you think about, okay, well, just go on a diet, lose some weight, but no, you don't want to lose your strength at that. So it's a balance, and you're working between the strength coaches and the nutrition staff, and just some tweaks here or there. What can you eat here? What can you substitute here? I mean, it's just it's a science, right? And so it's been pretty fascinating, but it seems like that losing a little bit of that has taken him to another level.
Good for him, and hopefully it pays off. Young guy from the state of Michigan. Huskers were really happy when he did commit and sign with the Huskers a couple of years ago. All right, we've heard a lot of the coaches and players talk about get better 1% per day. Get every day, try to get 1% better. Well, Coach White was asked, what does that mean to him?
Everything. I'm talking about from myself to the assistant coaches down to the players on how we're watching film, how we're trying to get reps in, mental reps for the guys who are standing in the back. Schematics-wise, are we teaching it the right way? Are we doing too much, too little? Are guys absorbing the language? Do we need to change something? I mean, right now in camp, again, I keep talking about the operation, right? We want to make sure we are giving the guys the best chance to know what to do, know how to do it, so they can go do it on the grass, which they're getting a chance on the grass. So we have to make sure we're right. So again, every little thing, and then it's awesome because Coach Rule, same deal. He's on us, offense, defense. Hey, why are we doing this drill? What does this look like? How come we're teaching this? So again, there's a lot of moving parts.
You know, you think about it, how much just taking one day at a time, right? I mean, it can, when you're talking about goal setting and getting to where you want to be, you think about the long-term goal, and that can kind of seem daunting. But if you just take it one day at a time and do everything you can, but you know, a lot of people say that, and a lot of people, you know, can use it as a mantra, but I really think this team's bought into that. And it's, hey, wake up today. What am I going to do today to make this football team better, to make myself better, to be able to help this football team in the long run?
It's just good to hear him articulate what it meant to him, because it might mean something a little bit different to everybody. So it was great to hear that from him. All right, we'll leave you with this. The term Husker speed, he used it a couple of times today at the press conference. And so he expounds on that, what he's asking his defense to do right now at this stage of early part of camp.
Yeah, and I mean, you see that a lot in the older guys because they see the game. You know, they know, hey, I was supposed to be over here, but I saw the ball, so I took a hole over here. I took my chance over here. It's cool to see them still have that confidence and let it loose in the defense. But again, it comes back to the moment when you see the young guys do that. The young guys be like, oh, I can do this, you know, and we're harping on the guys for going fast. You know, we had an incident where a guy was trying to be too correct versus playing fast. And so I yelled at him because, hey, dude, I'm not worried about that right now. I just care that you let loose and you go and you play with, I'm going to keep on saying this, Husker speed. That's the way we're going to play her. Husker speed, full go, full tilt. I'm not worried about making a mistake, and I want to play my butt off.
That fires you up.
I like that. I've not heard him use that before. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, well, and just, hey, we're not worried about being correct. We got to go let it loose and play fast. I think that's can be a big issue with defenders a lot, is overthinking things and just going to make a play on things. And I think that's what this defense is built around, is like giving these guys a freedom to go make plays.
He was a little sweaty, wasn't he? I mean, it was humid out there today.
It was, and they run around. I mean, if you haven't seen clips of practice, like the coaches get after it and they're running around and they hustle, right?
They do.
So if you are going from station to station, if you're on field 3 and you're going inside or wherever you're running to the water station, you're switching, you're going to run special teams at a different field, you run, and the coaches run with them.
They do.
So, I mean, it's not like they're just standing there with a fan blowing on them the whole time. And it was humid out there.
Today. That's right. Worked up a good sweat. That's good for them all to do that. Just a little secret, just between you and I.
Okay.
DB told me he's got a little man crush on Tony White.
On Tony White?
Yeah. That's just between you and I. We don't need to let the audience know that.
I think he told me he's got a man crush on E.J. Barthel.
Oh, well, maybe he's got more than one. So next time you see him, you have to bring that up.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
You can only have one man crush on this coaching staff.
You got to be limited.
Which one is it?
Pick. I like Tony White. I really do. I like him as a person, and I like the way, and like you said, that quote right there gets you fired up. You're ready to go.
And he's just so genuine. All these coaches are. I mean, if you're just watching and that's the only time you hear them speak, and then you wonder how they are when they're not in front of the microphone. But when you talk with them and you chat with them right after practice, when they're really kind and genuine people, and it's how they are when they're talking on the microphone. It's how they are when they're off of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just who they are.
Pretty real. That's a good thing to have. All right, folks, what do you think? 402-413-2400. Love to get your thoughts on Husker defensive coordinator Tony White, some of what you heard him say today. Call or text. Either one would work. By the way, we do have time to tell you that honk if you love trucks and bucks. The Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch ticket is back. You could win one of 8 beautiful new blue trucks. Visit any Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000. More of the show coming up next.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics, research, and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here, too. And we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hoegemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
FNBO free checking is checking that's actually free. No fees or minimums, and now no overdraft fees. It's ever so personal, with people to help every step of the way. And easy, with a mobile app that allows you to deposit checks and manage your account wherever you are. So make the switch so you can do more with the Great Big Small Bank. Visit FNBO.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO free checking. It's ever so free. Member FDIC.
Hey, Husker fans, Kinetic now offers fast 99% reliable internet for just $39.99 a month for 12 months. Whether you're at home, school, or work, Kinetic Internet delivers the speed you need to stream, game, and stay connected with fellow Nebraska fans around the world. Only $39.99 a month for 12 months. And just like our teams in Scarlet and Cream, no one else even comes close. Check availability at windstream.com. Kinetic Internet, proud sponsor of Husker Athletics. Terms and conditions apply. Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid materials with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blauhorn help take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Road Townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red!
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the Trail-Taman 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
SOS to the rescue! SOS to the rescue!
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Oh, but he can't make it because he's so hot. The air conditioning is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling his favorite Luxair dealer. Trusted since 1950, with Luxair you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue! SOS! SOS!
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you on a Tuesday night, 402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program. Love your thoughts, reactions to what you've been hearing over the last 2 days with practice reports. Yesterday, Coach Rural, and tonight, Tony White. Northwestern is still trying to put the pieces together for their football team. A longtime college football coach, Skip Holtz, has agreed to become an assistant to the head coach for this upcoming season. Skip's synonymous great name in the sport of college football. He's been a head coach at UConn, East Carolina, South Florida, Louisiana Tech, obviously related to Lou Holtz. Had a pretty good run at La Tech from 2013 to 2021. So they kind of want somebody to kind of help Coach Braun make his way through that. They've also hired DJ Vokalek, Travis's dad. DJ was an analyst here last year at Nebraska. He had gone to Southern Illinois to be their defensive coordinator. He's going to go join the Northwestern staff to help run their defense. That's
a good hire for them, too. And being that David Braun has not been a head coach at this level, getting him all the support he can. And then he was the defensive coordinator. So you just got people in some roles. And so DJ Vokalek has been a longtime college coach. He was coaching when Travis was growing up and was, I think he was the defensive coordinator at Southern Illinois, right? Did you just say that?
Yeah, that's where he went after
but before that, he was a defensive coordinator. I think he coached linebackers because I had that conversation with Travis about how did you end up a tight end if your dad's a defensive coach. And so, but yeah, he's a great coach. Again, another nice man. And Northwestern needs some guys like that from the outside coming in to help right that ship.
Yeah. So there was a little Husker connection there with Coach Vokalek. Again, had been on Coach Frost's staff as an analyst for the last 2 years. So he'd been around, which had to be so much fun for him to be around his son. And Travis was such a big contributor the last couple of years. That just had to be a thrill for him and maybe for Travis. I don't know if Travis would agree with that, but it was cool having Dad in the hallways. But I think that's a pretty cool, that's a memory they will have for their life.
I think he loved it. I think just because they have a really close relationship, and he had talked about how he is one of his heroes, his biggest role model. And so Travis's last year at college, because if you have a dad that coaches and then you're playing football, a lot of times you don't have the opportunity to spend a lot of time together with that if your dad is a coach for a team that's not your own. And so for them to get to share that in Travis's last year as a collegiate player, I know that they certainly cherish that and enjoy that time together.
Bill in Portland on our text line said Tony White's 3-3-5 defense sounds like a great spread defense in particular. I think, Bill, I'm so fascinated to follow this week to week throughout the fall because I think it is very versatile. I mean, you've heard some of the coaches describe it as chaos, meaning good for the defense, bad for opposing offenses, because they can line up in so many different looks and give teams so many different looks defensively. So I'm really fascinated to watch this thing grow, and I think we all need to remember that it's week. When we weren't out there in Minneapolis in a couple weeks, it's all new to these players. So there's going to be probably some hiccups to get this thing going, but I'm really fascinated to watch this thing grow.
Me too. And I just think the way that it's built, that you can tweak it because not every offense is the same. And so why would you want your defense to look the same every week? And I know it's just, hey, we're going to do what we do, you do what you do, we'll see who's better. But if you can allow for some tweaks depending on what the offense is, that's like talk about whatever Wisconsin's probably going to do, right? They have probably going to see a lot more of the air raid, right, with their new offensive coordinator. But that looks completely different than what Iowa does.
Right.
Or Ohio State looks completely different than what Iowa does. And so to be able to tweak a little bit depending on the personnel that you're going up against is, I think, the way to do it. Like what you see with offenses, if you see a tweak in the defense that you feel like you can exploit, most offensive coordinators will see that on film and then attack that. And so if the defense is now doing that, I think that's ideal. And I think they do have some pieces that they feel like they can move around and do some different things with that maybe against certain teams are a better fit schematically.
This was interesting, and I hadn't really thought about this. It got brought up to Tony White today. Last year he was at Syracuse. They made a bowl game, and in their bowl game, they played Minnesota.
Yeah.
Now, Tony had left and come here and started working here, so he wasn't able. I think he kind of helped get the game plan going, but he was asked, that's got to be an advantage for you because you were kind of breaking Minnesota tape down, and he gave the typical coach answer, well, that's a different team, and they've got different personnel, but it has to help him a little bit because he has seen kind of what they do.
Because they're not going to change as much as what his defense is going to change.
Correct.
And look how that's going to look. And I even think Syracuse had some pretty bad injuries, right?
They did.
On the defensive side of the ball because
Yes.
they were one of the top defenses in the league. I think got hit by some injuries. And so what his defense looked at Syracuse, which is probably what Minnesota's trying to study, I don't think it's going to look exactly like that. I know it's not going to look like that. And so if you're talking about who has the bigger advantage, you'd certainly think Tony White would have the bigger advantage.
Yep. I'm loving that. Let's keep more of that coming. Cole's been very tired today because he stayed up really late last night watching Team USA. And I got to apologize there, because I said I thought that would be a pretty easy win for the United States. Ends up with a 0-0 draw. They do advance out of pool play. They got the 2 seed coming out of their bracket. But my goodness, if you watched any of it or saw highlights, Portugal hit the post and a shot with about 3 minutes left in the match. If that goes in, Team USA is on a plane coming home right now. Carly Lloyd, longtime great player for the United States, now part of Fox's TV coverage. She was really critical of Team USA and their coach after the match. He didn't take too kindly to that, but I think she's right. I've watched a couple of their matches. They don't look like they're in sync. They look like they're out of rhythm a little bit.
For so long, USA women's soccer was the dominant team, right? And you just expected certain things. I didn't watch last night's match either, but I did watch the one before, and they just don't seem as dominant as they've been. And I'm not a soccer expert by any means, but you can watch and see the difference between a team. And they were always so aggressive, and they played so hard. And I just don't think this team has that same kind of hard-nosed, blue-collar type of approach to the game that you're used to seeing from Team USA in years past. And I have no idea what I'm talking about, but just from watching one team compared to the other. And
those were some of Carly Lloyd's comments, that she doesn't know that they're getting quite enough leadership from the team, and she took some shots at their new coach, Vlatko Andonovsky, who is from Russia. I think a very highly acclaimed coach, but he wasn't the coach that led the U.S. to some of those previous World Cups. That was Pia Sundridge or something was her name. So this is his first time coaching this team in the World Cup. They go 1-1 with the Netherlands, and then they go 0-0 with Portugal. So they've scored 1 goal in their last 2 games, and they made it by the size of a post. They made it out. They'll play Sweden Sunday morning, pretty early again, 4 a.m. Eastern time, 4 a.m. our time in the morning to watch that match on Sunday. Sweden's pretty good. Portugal is 21st ranked in the world. Sweden's a top 10 team, so they'll have to really up their game to get through that phase of the knockout phase. But so I apologize, folks. I thought last night would be pretty easy for the U.S. That was not the case. 402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program. Hey, folks, buckle up. Put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. We're back to wrap up Hour 1 next.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For new Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Discover new ways to purchase your next vehicle at Woodhouse Nissan. Right now, lease the 2023 Nissan Aria Engage 4-wheel drive for $389 a month for 36 months. Visit us online today. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 down plus first payment, $299 doc fee, do it signing. Discount based on sale price of $44,735. Deal includes $1,000 Aria Engage 4-wheel drive bonus Nissan cash rebate and $1,000 Aria loyalty bonus cash rebate. VIN number PM407668. Offer expires 7/31/2023. See dealer for details.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness, and now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is a proud NIL company in Nebraska, and with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with the Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's time for some Nebraska farm facts. Want to know a fast way to rev up our Nebraska economy while helping the planet? It's right in your tank. When you fill up with clean soy-based biodiesel, you're increasing Nebraska biodiesel production while reducing greenhouse gases by up to 74%. So look for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, our economy, and our farmers. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates may apply and may vary by carrier.
402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program with a caller or text. That is our hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you are looking for with Woodhouse. Cole mentioned in the ticker, Husker women open up their series of games in Greece today with a thumping. They beat the team that they played, Athens All-Stars, 101-49. Ani Stewart had 22 points to lead the way. Alexis Markowski with a double-double, 18 and 13. She only played 19 minutes. Grad transfer Darian White had 14 points, so a lot of people got in the scorer's book. No, Allison Widener, they're not going to play her on this trip. She's on the trip, and they're not going to play her. But sometimes it's really hard to gauge what kind of competition you're going to get. Again, it's a great experience to go to a foreign country and tour and do that. The basketball may be kind of a sideshow, but pretty easy win for them today.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these foreign trips are more just an opportunity to practice that you don't normally get, the chance to build that kind of relationship and chemistry, a chance to have these athletes travel, but it's not as much about.
Not sure it's helping your game a lot.
Yeah, I mean, just a chance to get out there on the court, but it's really about the extra practice and then that travel opportunity that you get.
They have 2 games left. They'll play Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time, and then they'll play their last game on Monday. I think they come back late next week is when they get back into town. The men have their second game, I believe, tomorrow. They'll play their second game of 3, and they are in Italy. We've determined that they are in
Italy.
They're in Spain.
Spain. You just said it again.
I keep getting those countries mixed up, those European countries.
So they're in Italy. No, they're not in Italy. He said that last night, and he had a bunch of people questioning.
Oh, they're all over me.
But listen, they've all been on foreign trips. It's hard to keep them all straight. That's what I told you last night. They sit down here. I'm like, wait, which country did you just go to?
Brazil. Did you go to?
Brazil, Greece, Spain. What's the other one?
Iceland. For the soccer team.
Which of those 4 would you want to go to?
Iceland.
Iceland?
Yeah.
I want to go to Italy.
I wouldn't mind Italy. That'd be my number 2. I've been to Spain, so I've already checked that one off my list. But
I'd probably say Greece would be my number 1 of the 4.
And I would like to see Greece too. But yeah, Iceland's on my bucket list. But yeah, it's easy to do both Italy and Greece. Those are pretty easy to hop between those two. Hey, fast hour, quick hour. Next hour, we're going to hear from Blaze Gunnerson. Jessica caught up with him after practice today. And John Cook met with reporters in Chicago at a volleyball media day for the Big Ten Conference. We'll play some of Coach Cook's comments coming up here in just a little bit. We do have time to tell you to Hogemeyer. Local means something greater. Raised, local raised, right here in Husker Nation. Learn more at therightseed.com. 1 down, 1 to go. Come on back, hour 2.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting student Grant Hansen with Campus News. As worldwide leaders in ag technology, UNL faculty and students innovate using emerging technologies to improve yields and nutrition, and designing wireless in-field networks increasing precision in agriculture. Plus, UNL is breaking ground on a $7.2 million feedlot innovation center near Meade. UNL is doing big things for the future of agriculture.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics, research, and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too, and we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hogemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone in the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning, only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Good evening, I'm Cole Hartman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. As Nebraska football moves through day 2 of fall camp today, Associate Head Coach and Defensive Coordinator Tony White spoke with the media after practice. Coach White was asked, generally, what's on your mind as you progress through camp? Listen in.
Everything's on my mind. I mean, to how we do meetings, to how we're arranging walkthroughs. Again, when you're getting so many reps, you're dealing with so many guys. So you got to be able to know how to watch the film so everybody can see, because you want everybody in tune. You know what I mean? Our base D&D, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? How are we trying to simplify things like that? So again, right now it's more operation. You know, are we doing things the right way? And then as we get deeper into camp and we get more into a rhythm, then we're going to go more specifically. Okay, he's here on third down, he's here on third down. But right now it's just, let's operate the right way. Let's get him to know how to run to the ball, play with dominant contact, play with Husker speed, and get him going.
The Nebraska basketball teams continue to perform in Europe, as after the men's team claimed an OT victory in their Spain debut yesterday, Amy Williams and the women's team rolled to a 101-49 victory over the Athens All-Stars in Greece earlier today. Annika Stewart led the NU offense with 22 points on 7 from 13 from the field, including 3 triples. The two-time All-Big Ten center Alexis Markowski added a double-double with 18 points and 13 boards, and graduate transfer Darian White tallied 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in her first action as a Husker. They will be back in action on Thursday, August 3rd, against the Petros All-Stars at 11 a.m. Central. And early this morning at roughly 4 a.m., the U.S. women's national soccer team narrowly escaped the group stage of the Women's World Cup as they tied Portugal in a scoreless match. They now move into the knockout stage, where they are set to face Sweden on Sunday, August 6th at 4 a.m. Central. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Coming up next is Hour 2 of Sports Nightly, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
With trips to the near side, rolls the pocket right, being hit as he throws down the field. The pass is up for the in the air. Marquise Buford makes the pick. There's the first INT of the year for the Husker. Marquise Buford pulls it out of the air at the Nebraska 24-yard line. 2nd and 6, DeVito goes shotgun. Motions the tight end, so you have 3 eligible to the near side. A little screen to the near side. Huskers blow it up. Oh, what a play made by Quentin Newsom. Read that beautifully, made the tackle. It's a loss on the play of 4 yards. Snap back. They give it off to Anthony Grant. Picks his way to the left. Inside the 10, inside the 40, 35, 30. Breaks the tackle. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Thank you. Coming to you live from Italy tonight here on the program. How many more times am I going to say that?
At least you embrace it, you know.
Own it. You got to own it when you're dead wrong.
And we're not going to let it slip, because as soon as you said it, Cole started laughing back there.
Yeah, he was chuckling.
We're not going to let you slip on it either. Can't skirt by with anything here. You don't let us
Arrivederci.
skirt by.
I don't know.
Whatever. Is that Italian?
That is Italian, right?
I don't know.
Cole? I think so. I think it's
Do you know
Italian.
what it is?
No.
No?
I've heard people
What if
in
you
movies
just
say
said a
that.
cuss word in Italian?
Maybe I did. I don't know. We're going to hear from Blaze Gunnerson here in a little bit. And John Cook also met with the media today in Chicago. We're going to play you some of the clips that he had to say. As for the second year, the Big Ten in volleyball had a media day and they also announced their TV schedule. They're going to have 2 matches on Big Fox. First time ever. And they're going to be one leading into an NFL game on a Sunday and one at the end of an NFL game. That's pretty cool.
I love it. And, you know, we saw Fox put women's basketball on last year. They're really embracing it. And the ratings are there. So, especially for Nebraska volleyball.
For Big Ten volleyball.
Yeah. So, really cool to see. And I think we'll continue to see more of that as this TV deal unfolds.
You know, it was so odd. I think we talked a little bit about this last week, Jessica, being in Indy. And I know the coaches are nervous about this, that ESPN is no longer a partner. And so you had setups for CBS, you had anchors for CBS there. I talked to a couple of the NBC folks that were there. Obviously, Fox is a long time, and BTN, but ESPN had like a little setup on the field where Pete Thamel was there just kind of doing some one-on-one interviews. So there was very, very little presence at all of ESPN. Coaches are nervous about that because kids grow up in the ESPN era that's what they watch. I don't know that that's that big a deal, but I know the coaches are still nervous about that.
I don't really think it is now either, because if you are also watching SEC games, the big ones were always on CBS.
Yeah.
And with NBC, and if where are the NFL games? The NFL games are not on ESPN except for Monday night.
You're right.
They're on those big other networks. And I saw a fascinating stat today. I couldn't believe it, but Fox Sports 1 is now in more homes than ESPN and ESPN2.
Wow.
Yeah, Fox Sports 1. So, I think I don't know if that's why Fox Sports 1 has made a push, but the fact that Fox Sports 1 is right there, and because it used to be completely different, right?
Yeah,
and so now that the fact, I think Fox has made a big push. They were very strategic, and as much as people, some fan bases don't like that 11 a.m. or the big noon, it was smart for them to go after that time slot, and because their pregame show butts up right up to that, because it's pretty much the biggest game at that time slot. It's one of the biggest games all weekend is at that time slot. And then they put their pregame show right before that. People are tuning into that and not and going off of College Game Day. So you've seen big pushes in that game day and their pregame show that you never thought would even come comparable, even touchable to College Game Day. But now you're seeing that big noon kickoff is actually making some headway. Well,
and and again, CBS is split this year. They still have some commitments to the SEC, and then now this is some commitments to the Big Ten. After this year, the SEC is completely off CBS. So you're going to do it, and Trev has laid this out for us multiple times. 11 a.m. is going to be Fox, 2:30 is going to be CBS, and the night game is going to be on NBC. You're kind of owning the big networks on Saturdays.
And each of those will have their own show, their own pregame show, their own halftime show. And so I got to imagine that if it comes to where ESPN is strategically living off the Big Ten and their pregame shows and their halftime shows and whatever, then maybe there will be a conversation with the Big Ten conference telling their TV partners, hey, let's not push the SEC. I mean, if they're going to play it that way, all right, you leave the Big Ten off of one channel, we'll leave the SEC, we'll push them to the back burner on 3 channels.
Right. And they also pointed this out in Indy a couple times. The commissioner said, we like the fact that if you're watching the NFL on Sunday, they're going to be doing promos for our next game. So you're going to be going, oh, yeah, Michigan plays Nebraska this week.
I was just about to say, especially with the new launching and taking over, they're going to have strategically be promoting that.
Yep.
And you never see ESPN promoting their college games on their Monday Night Football games. But you'll see, now you're going to see that on the big NFL games are going to be pushing the Big Ten in these conference matchups.
Tried to get Maria Tater's autograph for you, but I missed out. She was there, took pictures, and was skedaddled. It was out of the way. Blaze Gunnerson, you had a chance to catch up with him today. This is a guy that I have been excited about for 2 years. Some injuries have held him out. Some really good players ahead of him have held him out with Garrett Nelson and Caleb Tanner, 2 really terrific defensive ends. But you had a chance to talk to him today. 2
guys that he learned from that you're going to hear him talk about. But, yeah, just waiting his time. It's his time. And then with Ty Robinson being out in the spring, he really had some opportunities to step into a leadership role. So here is my conversation with Blaze Gunnerson after practice today. We're here with Blaze Gunnerson. A couple days in, how have they been going?
Really good. D-line's had a really good camp so far. I'm proud of my guys. Coach Knighton's coaching us up really well. So it's been a lot of fun. It's fun to learn under Coach Knighton. He has a lot of great, tips that he learned from the league. So he's a really insightful coach, and it's exciting to work under him.
You, Nash, and Ty have played a lot of football here at Nebraska. How did it feel to get Ty back out there with you guys?
Yeah, so Ty obviously out for the spring. He's a very vocal leader, kind of the guy, the hard-nosed guy in our room as far as getting on people. And me and Nash have been working on that, and I think we've been doing a better job of that. But Ty, he's the oldest guy in the room. He sets a really high standard for us. And, me, him, and Nash, we know what it takes to be great, and we're trying to help these guys, these younger guys out, and they're doing a great job. And I've been really proud of their work ethic and how they work in the film room and stuff. So having Ty's back's huge. It helps me and Nash out a lot. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Nash this summer, and he had mentioned you and him both, especially in the spring, were trying to take on more of that leadership role. How was that? What was that evolution like for you, kind of stepping into that role? Why was that important for you?
Yeah, so we learned under some great guys, right? Caleb, Garrett, and O'Shawn. Those older guys last year, kind of, especially, Garrett leading us the way, kind of showing us the path to how to do things right, in and out, how to eat, how to hydrate, how to stretch. Coach Rule, especially now that he's came in, he's taken that to a whole nother level with me personally, helped me out with my process, taking care of my body. So that's been very beneficial to me. And then me and Nash, we've taken on ourselves personally to try to increase that leadership role, because we got to do it, and it's what we want to do, and it's our passion to make this D-line room great.
Listen, I talked to a couple staff members on the sideline at practice, and when found out that you were going to do interviews, said he's had a great offseason. What went into that for you to be able to stand out and have such a great, successful offseason?
Yeah, so Coach Rule, basically. So I've, in the past, when I was younger, had some injury issues. Coach Rule's kind of, he's been in the league. He's seen it. He's seen guys who struggle with certain things. He's helped me out with my process, and that's been big for me. Eating the right way, hydrating, like I said, stretching all the time. So doing that, taking care of my body, and then everything's going to take care of itself, because I trust in my work ethic. I trust in my process. So taking care of that stuff is going to lead me to success.
And what about just learning this defense? How much are you excited about being a part of this 3-3-5 and this new coaching staff and what they're implementing?
It's a really exciting defense. It's really fun to, when you get reps under it, you get your eyes on your key. It's easy to make a play because they make it nice and simple for you. So I think the way they simplify it and allows you to play fast, it helps me out a lot as a player, and hopefully make some more plays.
You talked about Coach Knighton at the beginning. How big has he been in just the development of you guys just in the few short months that he's been here? Yeah, so he's done a great job. Obviously coming in, it's hard for him, the whole new staff, to take on all these players, but he's done a great job of getting to know the room, and we've created a brotherhood in our room, and that's continuing to grow every day, especially in camp with us staying in the dorms. A lot of us are with D linemen, so it's really fun to get to know the group, especially we got a lot of young guys, so the molding has all continued to happen, and over the summer we got closer, so it's a fun process. And like I said, Coach Knighton, been in the league, seen guys like Von Miller, all the other guys, so he's seen the greats, he knows how they work, and every day he kind of gives us a little tidbit of one of the greats and what they do and why they're so great. So it helps us out, and it helps my work ethic and my drive. You were Scout Team Player of the Year, then you played a big role last year, but how ready are you to be in an even bigger role this season for this defense?
I'm fired up. I've worked my whole life for this. I want to do it for my family. I want to do it for people. The reason I play. I'm really fired up. I'm excited to get out there.
Tell us about, you mentioned some of the young guys, but the ones that were able to get opportunities because of Ty and you out some during the spring. How much do you feel like they're going to be able to add some depth for the defensive line, much needed depth too?
Like I said, they've done a really good job. I've been really impressed with them on the field, impressed with them in the film room. It's fun, when we're in the film room watching film together. Maybe they don't see something that me and Ty see because we've been here so long, and just teach them that little tip. They're gonna play one step faster and make the play the next time. So it's really cool to work with them. They're really talented guys with a great work ethic. So I think they're gonna add some great depth to our room, and they've been doing a really good job, and I've been proud of them.
Getting better day by day is something that we've heard from this coaching staff, but it can be something like a saying that's not as easy, that you don't embrace it every day, but it seems like this team has. What goes into that where you're just focusing on one day at a time?
You gotta take it on, you gotta be proud of your culture, and you gotta be a part of the culture. Every player has to simulate what the culture is. It's not just Coach Rule, it's not just Coach Knighton. Every player's gotta be a part of it. You gotta believe in it, gotta trust in it. So every player has to challenge themselves, and they look at themselves in the mirror at night and be like, what did I do to get better today? Did I give my all? And if every player does that, and we've been working towards that, and if every player does that, we're going to be a great team. We're going to have a great culture, and we're going to have a great work ethic, and it's going to lead to success for the team.
How ready are you to get the pads back on?
I'm fired up. I'm ready to hit.
Last thing, just what does this defense need to do? I mean, day by day, but to have everything put together by the time you kick this thing off less than a month now?
Just detailed film study. Watching yourself on every rep, every step, hand placement, all those little things are going to matter at the end of the day. And then having the ability to respond to adversity.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
I think guys like Blaze and Nash and Ty have been crucial and critical to bringing those young guys in. And even the guy like Kai Wallen, who we saw make a big play today in practice, said mixing it in, that starts with your leadership and how it set that tone. And Blaze has really embraced that and stepped into that. And I know you're excited about him. I think he's going to be a big piece for this defense. And again, I'm telling you, you heard me tell him this, but I was standing on the sideline when Keith walked up and said who was going to be talking to the media today. And two different people tell me how great of an offseason that Blaze had. And his name has come up time and time again. And so he's put in the work to be able to earn that right to be able to get out there.
Keep him healthy. That's the whole key for a lot of these guys. And we've just been robbed of seeing players like Blaze because of injuries. And again, he was stunted because of good players ahead of him. And he acknowledged that. He learned a lot from those guys ahead of him.
So Ty Robinson shaved his head. We got some, Andy in the chat said, need Blaze to shave his head. Children of the Corn said he needs a mohawk. I mean, I feel like if he's going to play D-line, maybe he's got to get one of those. I'll have to ask him about that next time I see him.
Yeah.
He was sitting next to Ty when I asked Ty about scoring the touchdowns. When the little fan said that Ty Robinson would
lead us in touchdowns.
Blaze was just laughing. He thought that was so funny. But they've got such a cool, we talk about the offensive line and the how good it is to have a lot of different players that have played together and played a lot of football together on a line. Well, look at the defensive line. To have three guys that have gone through so much together and played a lot together in Nash and Ty and Blaze, I mean, it's really, really critical and can bode well for a defense when you have those kinds of guys that have battled together and just know how each other plays and understands what they're doing without having to communicate. We talk about, Jeremiah talks about that all the time, that you just know each other so well because you've played so much together.
He's going to be an easy guy to root for. People, I just like, and the few conversations I've had with Blaze, I really like him as a young man. So should be fun to root him on. Hopefully he makes a lot of big plays this year for the Big Red. 402-413-2400. That's the number if you want to be a part of the program with a call or a text. That is our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. 18 brands, a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you are looking for with Woodhouse. All right, when we come back, some clips from John Cook's meeting in Chicago at Big Ten Media Days today for volleyball. We'll have that for you next.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe. Hey, John. Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet, too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid materials with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blauhorn help take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
There's a new kind of season ticket when you fly from the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of the Huskers. Now at LNK, choose from fast, affordable, non-stop flights to your favorite vacation spots. All from an airport that's relaxed and hassle-free. It's never been easier to get off the bench and enjoy an adventure with the whole family. Visit GoFlyLNK.com and book your trip today. Let's go.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts. Husker fans, we need your support in celebrating the 100th year of Memorial Stadium while cheering on the Huskers this fall. Purchase an all-new Husker football Big Ten 3-game package today for only $100. This package gets you a ticket to the Northwestern, Purdue, and Maryland home games, all for just $100. A very limited amount of Husker football single-game tickets are also on sale. Tickets are only available while supplies last. Purchase yours today at huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red!
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with the Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
There's no place like Nebraska, and there's no place that treats you like your home like Sapp Brothers. For over 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and have been a reliable partner to local farms, businesses, and Husker fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your equipment, and welcoming guests into our travel centers. Visit www.sappbrothers.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Nebraska Athletics.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Bubbler Antioxidant Sparkling Water. With tons of flavors, there's one for every occasion. Interviewing for your dream job, hitting the beach, or going on an epic road trip? Pop the top on your favorite Bubbler flavor and awesome antioxidants swoop in to balance your body and focus your mind. Right before a boost of natural caffeine shows up to save your day. There's a benefit in every bubble and a happier you just waiting to rise up. Find out more at Drink Bubbler on Instagram.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody with you on a Tuesday night. Dennis in our text line wants to know about the future of the Longhorn Network with Texas going to the SEC. Good question, Dennis. I'd had to do some digging during the break. According to Chris Del Conte, who is Texas's athletic director, it's going to eventually be folded into the SEC network. Says they have about a year or two left, and then it will all just be taken over by the SEC. So it's going away. It may take a year to flush out some contracts and inventory that they've got already sold for a few years out, but it's going away. So sad, sad moment in the history of television.
Which the SEC's not going to allow that to compete. The Big 12 did, but the SEC's not.
No.
Because it's all ESPN. But it was a kind of a failure from the start.
It was. It did not take off.
It just drained money.
Yeah.
Well, they were hoping to do high school football, and then that's what caused the big uproar.
Yep. Did not work out well. It's quite a shame. All right. John Cook, Lexi Rodriguez, Merritt Beeson in Chicago today for the second annual Big Ten Volleyball Media Days. John Cook at the podium for about 10 minutes or so answering questions. Was asked about the big Nebraska Volleyball Day coming up at the end of the month. That's going to break all kinds of attendance records. And John said that he's been a part of a couple of attendance record-breaking things in the sport of volleyball, and starts off by talking about his days as head coach at Wisconsin, where they initially set a record.
Well, not of this magnitude, but I remember I don't remember what year it was, maybe 94, 95. We were playing Penn State. They were number one, undefeated at the time. And I told our administration, like, guys, we're going to pack the field house. And they had two people taking tickets. And, of course, we actually beat Penn State. Great match. I think there was 8,000 in there. But a lot of people were disappointed because they didn't want to wait in line that long or got turned away. So that was the first glimpse of you create something really big and special, people will come and see it. And I think the competition between Nebraska and Wisconsin, or whoever else wants to try to hold these attendance records, this is great for volleyball. It's what makes the world go around, and people love that, and that's why they tune into ESPN and Big Ten and all, follow sports. And we're trying to take it so we can keep it, and we don't have to go back and forth with anybody.
I'm a little surprised, Jessica, that he and it's not being made a bigger deal that it's going to set the women's attendance record in the United States. I'm not hearing people mention that much.
Well, and it's close to a world record. I don't think I think that
gotta be.
When it became close enough to do that, I think that was a conversation. But they're not only chasing the U.S. record,
the world record.
They're going to get close to the world record. And so I heard him he was asked about where they could hold it. Well, there's just not, if you're going to set a world record, there's really not many places you can go. Maybe some big racetrack or something. I mean, the Indianapolis 500, but that's not set up to view it. So that cool story for him talking about his days at Wisconsin, and they said it initially there. All right. He was asked about this. Coach Cook has kind of become a bit of an elder statesman for the sport. He's kind of the because of his longevity in coaching at Wisconsin and now Nebraska for all these years. So people like to get kind of a historical perspective from him. He was asked about the current state of volleyball at the collegiate level. Here was his take.
Yeah, I just was up in the Big Ten studio, and Rick made an interesting comment to me. He said he thinks volleyball is the most fun spectator sport to watch now because it's so fast, it's happening so fast, the games go by, and there's always action, and you got these great athletes playing a very highly skilled game, and I think he's right. And you just see the ratings keep going, and the talent level gets better and better. There's so many great teams all across the country now, and people are into it. And I see it at the younger ages at the club tournaments. I was just in Chicago last month. There's 104 courts going on in the convention center. 104 courts going. 8 to 2 wave and a 2 to 9 o'clock at night wave. Just think how many kids are playing. And so volleyball is booming now.
He's talked about that a lot, about the rise of club participation in volleyball. We've seen that in soccer for years where they've done club participations. It's really become a big thing for volleyball.
For sure. It's especially here in the state of Nebraska. It's just absolutely taken off, but it's year round. And I think that's what sometimes you hear. It's sometimes hard for athletes to play multiple, and that's not just volleyball. It's a lot of different sports. It's just the amount of time and dedication it takes to play some of those youth or club or AAU type teams. It's almost a year round thing.
Well, we all know the Big Ten's the premier conference in this sport, and here's Coach Cook talking about what a battle it is night in and night out in the Big Ten.
Well, Bobby Knight said it way back. Winning the Big Ten is harder than winning a national championship, and I've said that many times as well. It's 10 weeks against great competition, home and away. Now that the conference is getting bigger, you used to play everybody, but now you don't play everybody twice. It's a great accomplishment to win the Big Ten, and it's really, really hard to do. And hats off to Wisconsin. They've won it the last 3 years. They've done a tremendous job, and everybody's chasing them right now.
It's just such a hard league. And I've heard him say that, and he's said that before. Night in and night out, it is just because then once you get to the rounds of the NCAA tournament, a lot of times you're not seeing that type of competition
until the second weekend.
Yeah, the Sweet 16 or even maybe the Elite 8.
Well, the first AVCA poll probably will be out in a week or two. My guess is there'll probably be 4 Big Ten teams in the top 10. Nebraska, Wisconsin, Penn State's probably in there, maybe Ohio State or Purdue. So it's just, and Minnesota, I got to throw Minnesota in there too. So it's just such a dominant league. It's kind of like the SEC in football in a lot of ways. It's what the Big Ten is for volleyball. And we talked about this earlier in the program, that this is a roster without a senior. Is that a negative? How do you compete if you don't have some veteran players in the league? And here's Coach Cook's retort to that question.
I tell our players 2 things. Okay, there's 2 things you remember in this whole press conference day. You can write these down. They're simple. 1, volleyball doesn't know how old you are. So the game does not know how old you are. The second thing is, if a dog's going to bite, it's going to bite as a pup. So these guys need to be ready to come out and get after it. And I think they have the mindset, and from the youngest, Get this, Maggie Mendelson's the youngest player on our team. And she's already been here a year. It's nuts. But we're going to be young and aggressive, and these guys are going to be fearless. And it's going to be fun to watch.
I love that. And I can speak from current experience. A puppy bites.
Yeah, they do bite.
But Maggie Mendelson was supposed to be in this class. That's what's
right.
Wild. She changed her classification. What's that called? Reclassified. I almost said declassified, but reclassified to be able to come early.
So she's still younger than like Bergen and Harper and...
She's younger than this freshman because she's supposed to be a freshman right now.
Wow. That's hard to believe.
And she was playing 2 sports.
Incredible.
She's a really impressive young lady for sure.
Incredible. So, no, I don't even blink when people say, oh, I'm a senior. How can you? I think that this group is so talented and so deep. It's going to be a fun fall to watch them get going. By the way, they did come out today. All the TV times have now been listed. If you want to go to Huskers.com and kind of put them in your calendar or whatever, they're all listed out now. I think they've got a couple TBAs still not in there. A lot of TV times. I think they're on BTN Plus 7 or 8 times, but Nebraska Public Media's got them for a handful of matches. BTN's got them for a handful of matches, and I think they're on the Pac-12 network when they go to Stanford. I don't get that.
Is the Pac-12 never going to exist by then?
I don't know. Apparently, their commissioner came out today because they're trying to keep everybody still there after Colorado left last week. They're putting together a pretty good deal with Apple TV. So that's going to be their streaming service. But I don't know that they have an over-the-air network that's locking into them.
I can't imagine that Apple TV is going to be paying what they were making.
I wouldn't think.
It's not like it's going to be more money, which is what everybody's looking for. Like, if you're going to change, you would expect everybody else is taking a step up in revenue.
Right.
There's no way they're taking a step up. If anything, they're just staying where they are. If that's even what they're doing, I don't know.
Crazy.
Well, using USC, UCLA, and Colorado, there's no way.
I don't know how, if you don't have the LA market, and they just lost the LA market to the Big Ten, and that's why they're having a hard time getting somebody to jump in there. Folks, right now, enjoy great value on outdoor power equipment from Steel. From gas-powered blowers, chainsaws, and more to high-performance pressure washers built to tackle the dirtiest jobs. Find yours at STIHLdealers.com. All right, Cole, let's open them up. 402-413-2400. That's the phone number if you want to be a part of the program with a call, and the text line open as well. We're back to talk more next.
Hey, Husker fans! Kinetic now offers fast 99% reliable internet for just $39.99 a month for 12 months. Whether you're at home, school, or work, Kinetic Internet delivers the speed you need to stream, game, and stay connected with fellow Nebraska fans around the world. Only $39.99 a month for 12 months. And just like our teams in Scarlet and Cream, no one else even comes close. Check availability at windstream.com. Kinetic Internet, proud sponsor of Husker Athletics. Terms and conditions apply.
Spot less. Introducing the cleanup for tar spot, gray leaf spot, southern rust, and more. Novel next generation Adastrio fungicide broadens your spectrum and strengthens your residual when it comes to foliar disease control in corn. Visit your FMC retailer or adastrio.ag.fmc.com to clean up this season. Follow 2EE for tar spot management in corn. Valid until 1/31/28. Always read and follow all label directions.
Is your garbage disposal not disposing? You had one job. Drains backing up can cause a horrible smell in a home, damaged pipes, and so much more. Some signs that your garbage disposal may be going out include frequent clogs, abnormal and louder noises than normal, or water is leaking from the bottom, just to name a few. John Henry's is here to take care of all the pipes and drains in your home. Call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
There's no place like Nebraska, and there's no place that treats you like your home like Sapp Brothers. For over 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and have been a reliable partner to local farms, businesses, and Husker fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your equipment, and welcoming guests into our travel centers. Visit www.sappbrothers.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Nebraska Athletics.
Other irrigation companies are finally discovering what T&L Irrigation is known for decades. Continuous movement is the best way to irrigate. While they'll have you pay for complicated upgrades to get steady, even water application with their high-voltage electric systems, all T&L Irrigation pivots and linears are propelled safely and smoothly by powerful hydrostatic drive. Continuous movement isn't new. It's the T&L standard. Don't get talked into a reinvented wheel. Pick the proven original. Call your T&L Irrigation dealer today or visit TLIRR.com. T&L, like no other.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Road Townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red!
SOS to the rescue! SOS to the rescue!
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Oh, but he can't make it because he's so hot. The air conditioning is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling his favorite Luxair dealer. Trusted since 1950, with Luxair you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue! SOS! SOS!
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres Solutions. Forever Field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you Tuesday night.
I like that emphasis you put on acres.
Acres. Trev got a tractor from Acres. That's what he's mowing his yard with. Yeah. So we love Acres.
They sell like ATVs and stuff, right?
They do?
Yeah. Maybe that's what...
I think they had their own brand of beer.
They do. I've drank it. They brought me a case.
You got a case?
I got 2 different cases.
Hello?
When they were premiering
Cole?
it, and then they brought me another one.
Did you get Cole? I got nothing. What the heck?
Somebody's their favorite. I don't know.
402-413-2400. A couple of texts have come in. Steve in Bellevue says, Greg, please keep the bad jokes bit.
Not Cole's joke segment, the bad joke segment. I love that.
It's fun. It only takes 30 seconds to a minute, and then he gives us a joke. What do you call a person who doesn't pass gas in public?
Cole?
A private tutor.
I love it.
Well done.
I'll have to think harder about the bad joke segment.
Art in Los Angeles. Greg, while Italy and Spain have cultural differences such as lifestyle and language, they share a passion in architecture, food, and travel. Spaniards and Italians are culturally similar people. That's very true because of their geographical proximity. There's just a sea, not even an ocean, but a sea that separates the two countries. They are similar weather, traditions. They both have Latin roots. Only someone with great intelligence would get these two countries mixed up. People need to realize how brilliant this is to do that, mix up something so similar.
Well, Art's trying to be nicer to you after he sent in the text about you being unathletic.
I don't know why he would think that.
He got the first person right, the number one slot of that.
You know who's not bad shooting the basketball?
Who?
KP.
Really? Well,
KP's not bad.
He should be, as much as he travels and is in gyms.
Well, that wouldn't do anything to do, but Ken's a little taller than people realize. He's
he's
probably
tall.
6'2" to 3".
Yeah. Also, somebody did say what you said, what it means. I think it's like see you later or something like that.
Arrivederci. Yeah, I think that's exactly right.
Where did you is that on some movie or something?
Oh, yeah, somewhere. Did you know? Here's a did you know thing. Bryce Young,
gosh.
the great quarterback, Alabama, Heisman Trophy winner now with the Carolina Panthers. Did you know that while he was at Alabama, he was a DoorDash driver?
Really?
Yep. His first year in college was 2020. He was the backup behind Mac Jones, who now is with New England. And this was before NIL. He's like, I needed some cash. So he said, I did DoorDash.
Well, and that was at the heat. That was when DoorDash and Uber Eats was massive because you couldn't go places.
Right. So he said he never got recognized. He said he did a lot of drop-offs, just put him at the door, rang the doorbell, and
Well, you
left.
probably have to wear masks, too.
Said he had to wear a mask, but he said he never got recognized.
That's amazing.
How about that?
Huh.
That's just
Did he make good money doing that?
So he did. Pocketed some pretty good change. He goes, it's great for a student athlete.
Yeah, because you can, I think, clock in and out whenever it's conducive to your schedule.
He doesn't need to do that anymore. He's making enough money now. He doesn't have to drive DoorDash.
Okay, he doesn't have to do it anymore. That's good.
Yeah, he's
sitting pretty.
He just got a 4-year contract worth $37 million, so he's in pretty good shape. So, but that's a pretty cool little story that Bryce Young used to DoorDash in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He said, he goes, not only would he mask up, he goes, a lot of times I'd have a hoodie.
Yeah.
So he goes, nobody would recognize who I was. But
Well, and you have the option too. I guess you're not a DoorDasher.
I don't know that I've ever ordered DoorDash.
Really?
Nope. Cole? You have?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think maybe I've done it on a baseball trip, and they've just brought it and took it to the lobby.
Yeah, so you can have the option of just leave it at your door, and so you don't even, I hardly ever even see the people when they bring it to me. And they shoot you a text when it's been delivered, easy breezy.
I'll have to try that. I'm putting that on my list of things to do, is to DoorDash. We mentioned Husker women's basketball. They are in Greece. They won handily today. I've seen some pictures on social media. It looks like they're having a really good time. And that's what this is about. Go see somewhere else. The basketball to me, whatever. If they'd have lost today, I wouldn't bother me. They won huge today. I'm not giddy over that. I'm just glad they're over there having a good time.
Yeah, I think they went to the pool after the game. That's what I'm saying. From the pictures I've seen, Greece looks like the spot to me, if I'm picking of those four. Going back to that conversation.
Because soccer went to Iceland, volleyball went to Brazil, men's basketball we have now well established as they are in Spain, and the women are in Greece. So that's where both the men and women are gone right now. They'll both be back here in a short period of time. All right, what else we got here on the show tonight? Tomorrow they practice, no practice availability tomorrow. We are going to continue talking to some of these Nebraska Football Hall of Famers. Kyle Vanden Bosch, terrific defensive end for the Huskers, who then went on and had a terrific NFL career, 3-time Pro Bowler. He's going to join us on the program tomorrow night. Looking forward to hearing from Kyle.
That'd be fun.
We're going to hear from the new wide receiver for the Huskers.
Billy Kemp. You called him Tony Kemp earlier.
I called him Tony earlier. Did I do that on the air?
I can't remember.
Or did I do that off the air?
I can't remember.
Billy Kemp. We'll talk to him tomorrow night on the program as well.
Hey, one of the news stories today that was, I think it dropped right before the show, was that the Iowa State quarterback, Hunter Deckers, is caught up in that gambling
thing.
His eligibility could be gone.
that's hit a lot of athletes at both Iowa and now obviously Iowa State. And remember, this broke in the spring, and it hit the Iowa baseball team, and some of those guys did not play the rest of the year that they were found guilty of betting on the NCAA tournament. Sports betting is legal in Iowa, so those kids did it. You can't do that as a student athlete. You can't do that as an employee of the athletic department. You have to be very careful with all this.
And I think I read, so it was DraftKings, and it was, he had placed like 466 bets, but like 30 or 40 times on Iowa State games, which that you cannot do. I mean, we get emails. It is very, for any athlete to say they didn't know, to me, now maybe if they were betting on NFL type of thing and they're in a state where it's legal, I could maybe see that argument. But if your compliance department is doing their job at all, you know that you are not allowed to bet on college sporting events. Bottom line.
Hunter Deckers is his name, Iowa State quarterback. He's been accused of gambling, including a football game that he was on the team for. He didn't play. He's the backup quarterback at that time. But they have him down for 366 online bets worth about $2,800. So not huge money. He's not he's a college kid. He probably doesn't have a ton of money to bet. But according to the documents, he bet on 26 Iowa State athletic events, including the 2021 football game against Oklahoma State, where he was the backup quarterback. He did not get into the game, but he bet on the game that he was a participant in, didn't play, but was a participant in. So this has been a big story in the state of Iowa. Both Iowa and Iowa State have been affected by this with athletes. The newspaper also reported that 2 other current Cyclone athletes have been charged, an offensive lineman, Dodge Sauser, and Panero Johnson, a sophomore who is, get this, a Big 12 wrestling champion. So these are pretty prominent athletes at Iowa State. Iowa also has had things happen with this, and this scares every athletic department in the country. They're all going, oh my God, hope we're buttoned up here.
But I think it was one of the shows, maybe you're out for baseball, and there was an article or a report that came out from the NCAA of just how it wasn't just targeted towards student athletes, but how many college students are now betting on sports. And it is like over 50%, I think. And so it's just, it's legal now. You're seeing more and more of it. You're seeing, sports books open. And so it's just, you have to make sure that it was one thing when it was just, hey, you just can't bet in the sports book in Vegas. But now that you got apps and casinos all over the place, you just have to be diligent about that communication with those student athletes.
Sure do. All right, 402-413-2400. If you want to sound off on the bad joke segment or whatever you want to talk about, we certainly can do that. Buckle up, folks. Put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Andy, in the chat room, you're exactly right. We're back to finish off the show next.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Hit the road this summer in a brand new SUV from Woodhouse, offering 19 top-rated brands with the latest technology, functional cargo space, and safety features that will give you the confidence behind the wheel of every journey. Visit woodhouse.com to shop our new and pre-owned inventory, or visit one of our conveniently located dealerships to find the SUV for your summer adventures. Your trusted auto partner since 1975. This is Woodhouse.
Hey, Husker fans! Kinetic now offers fast 99% reliable internet for just $39.99 a month for 12 months. Whether you're at home, school, or work, Kinetic Internet delivers the speed you need to stream, game, and stay connected with fellow Nebraska fans around the world. Only $39.99 a month for 12 months. And just like our teams in Scarlet and Cream, no one else even comes close. Check availability at windstream.com. Kinetic Internet, proud sponsor of Husker Athletics. Terms and conditions apply.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? Oh, no way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See shelter agent Paul Hoos in Grand Island or an Ord Sea agent Matt Woodward.
It's time for another round of Nebraska Farm Facts. If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens. Farmers and ranchers raise livestock and poultry to provide nutritious, affordable protein for all ages to help build muscle and maintain energy for a healthy lifestyle. Keep that in mind as you prepare all that tasty meat on your tailgate grill. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way. One of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Final few minutes of the program. Again, 402-413-2400. Call or text. We can still work you in on the program tonight. No practice report tomorrow night. They will practice, but no media availability. We'll hear from Marcus Satterfield then on Thursday, the offensive coordinator. And then I think Matt Rural comes back around next Tuesday. I think the next time we'll hear from the head coach.
And when did the football show start? Week of the first game?
22nd.
Okay.
So that's good. The 22nd will be their first football show. Our first volleyball show is slated to be on the 17th because they have the red-white scrimmage on the 19th, so it starts a week before. And we'll have Trev Alberts in toward the end of the month. I believe it's the 23rd, his first show. We've given him the summer off. We've left him alone, let him do his own thing.
But John Baylor is going to be on the show next week. So he'll be hosting Coach Cook's show again, and he will be here. So all the volleyball you want to talk, we will talk that. But he's also great to talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
And ask him about what he's a Yankees fan?
Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Oh,
Ooh.
you do that.
I hope he's not listening.
He might walk out the
quit.
door.
He might not come in if he heard me say that.
He might walk out the door.
I knew it was something.
Yeah, Red
up
Sox,
there.
and they're not any good. So
we might not be talking baseball.
Yeah, he probably won't want to talk too much about that. But JB's a man of many thoughts. Many thoughts.
Yes.
That's why when he and Coach Cook get together, you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Kind of what we do on a nightly basis here. We don't know where this is going most nights.
I know. We might be talking about cricks and creeks.
And we had a
Italian.
high level academic person.
Yes.
Who said it's crick.
Yes. Today at football practice. I mean, I tried to tell you I thought it was you said it was a Southern thing. I really thought it was kind of I feel like it's a Nebraska thing.
I think throughout the South, though, it's called crick, too.
But Nebraska's not in the South, and I've never heard it called crick in Oklahoma. And is Oklahoma the South? Oklahoma's further south than Nebraska.
But we've got people in the chat room that says, oh, yeah, throughout the South, it's crick. I remember Spike Dykes, the old Texas Tech football coach. At one of the media days, he goes, well, Lord willing, and the crick don't rise. So that's kind of one of the first places I heard Spike Dykes say that.
We had to say, that stream of water. He was like, what are you talking about? Like, what? It's so random. The stream of water, creek or crick?
God, we went down that path again. Cole, are we done?
Just about.
Yeah, I think it's probably time to wrap.
I think it's time to wrap this thing up. We're
up.
getting hungry and delirious over here.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks, folks, for being a part of this one. Cole, great job running the show tonight. Tomorrow night again, Kyle Vanden Bosch. Going to be one of the new members of the Nebraska Football Hall of Fame. We'll talk to him, have some other things headed your way tomorrow. Have yourself a great night. Good night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
There's a new kind of season ticket when you fly from the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of the Huskers. Now at LNK, choose from fast, affordable, non-stop flights to your favorite vacation spots. All from an airport that's relaxed and hassle-free. It's never been easier to get off the bench and enjoy an adventure with the whole family. Visit GoFlyLNK.com and book your trip today. Let's go.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness, and now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is a proud NIL company in Nebraska, and with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750